we'll call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, verification of notice.
The meeting was properly noticed. An agenda was posted at Herring's Lake Ripley Inn, the Cambridge Post Office, the Oakland Town Hall, and the Oakland website.
Thank you. We'll move on to number 3, public comment. Is there anybody who would like to make a public comment today? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to approval of the meeting minutes from February 25th, 2025.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from February 25th, 2025.
Sheila made a motion. Does anyone want to
I'll
second?
second it.
Joyce second. Does anybody have any comments? Hearing none, all in favor of approval of the meeting minutes from February 25th, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Moving on to number 5, Fire Chief's report. We have Chief Russ from Lake Mills here today.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
So just my update to you guys. Obviously, you should have already gotten the run numbers from last month. So just to update outside of those numbers, we currently have a training property located out on Pershke Lane in the town of Milford that we've been using now for the last couple months. The training property, it's an acquired structure. We are a department that still use those. It provides us a lot of real-life training that we don't get in simulation training that we do in our station, and walls that we build and things like that. So we've had a lot of use out there. Eventually, we will be burning that house down as part of the agreement for allowing us to use it as a training prop. We did have a structure fire in February that was located at Main Street, basically right across the street from the fire station. So we had a very quick response to that one. Early activation and notification of 911 really minimized the property loss at that house. It was contained to the basement area. However, we did have to do some removal of some walls just to make sure that we got to it and that everything was out, that there was no hidden fire that was in the building anywhere. Wildland fires, they have been pretty popular here in Jefferson County and around the state as of recently. Updates that I will provide to you is that my recommendations are if somebody's going to burn early in the day when the moisture and dew points are high. Make sure that the wind is below 10 miles an hour. Have water available and keep burns small. And then the other side of that is if you think it's getting away on you, immediately call so we can get early response to it. And then really not so much for you guys yet because you'll be coming into it next year, but the 2% dues, all the rest of my townships, I believe everybody is now completed. It's completed on my side, so that'll be something for us next year though. Any questions that you would have for me?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Laura had sent a message that the fire chiefs are meeting, and then you would be talking about burn bans at that time?
Yeah, so tomorrow night is our, the Jefferson County Fire Chiefs hold a meeting on the odd months. It's the 3rd Wednesday of the month. I know that topic is going to get brought up simply because we've had a pretty active spring burning already, late winter burning already. In the end, it's really up to the townships to have your ordinances put in place. The fire chiefs, we technically do not issue burn bans.
Right, that's what I was told in 2023 when we initially did ours.
Yep. That's the way it is from my understanding, pretty much across Jefferson County. So I know that the chiefs are going to be talking about that tomorrow. I know it's a topic that's going to get brought up, but I don't know where it's going to go from that. And unfortunately, I'm leaving on vacation tomorrow morning, so I won't be attending that, but I did talk with Chief Wagner earlier today about it.
Okay. Do you make recommendations, though?
Yeah, I mean, at any time, if I feel like, hey, you guys haven't put anything on yet, I can get in contact with Laura or Susan or email it out. that, hey, it might be a good recommendation at this point to put one on, kind of based off of how things are going around the county and the state. Tables wood, we've been pretty lucky. The DNR has conducted some of their annual burns out at the marshes and things like that, and they've done those very successful without any issues. Where we've seen our most is out for Lake Mills. The most of ours have been out on the interstate, actually. The median, we get a lot of them out there. A lot of it is discarded smoking. The other main topic is people burning garbage, rubbish, don't realize how hot and how fast it burns, and then the embers start to float away in the air. This late winter, spring has been pretty windy, and that really drives fires once that they get going and carries those embers to, they land and people think that they're out and they're extinguished, and truthfully they're not, and eventually they'll light off, so.
Chief Peterson it seemed very clear that he wanted us to wait until after this meeting, that there may be some kind of more protocols that the townships could follow for that. So that's one of the reasons why, he had really wanted us to wait, and talking to you too, that, review it as a whole as well as that, the band portion.
My take on it right now is, right now it's nighttime, moisture's setting back in, so it makes it a little bit tougher. We've got a weather front coming in tomorrow that's talking about rain, possibly snow again. So to enact one, if you wanted to make a decision tonight, I think would be a little bit preemptive
Right, no, we're
now.
just talking about
Just the
updating
general
our
process.
ordinance.
Yeah, but as it goes forward, over the next couple weeks, it definitely might be something to think about.
Yeah,
as we get into it.
we were in the
Depends on when
extreme.
things start to green up, that's gonna be the real kicker.
On the news, we were in the extreme area.
Yep.
So
So
that's
on the
one
Wisconsin-
underneath where we need to issue something.
The Wisconsin DNR has a site out there
Right.
that shows you their estimation of what the, are we in an extreme pattern, are we, lower activity? Laura did send me the ordinance language that you currently have, and it's something that we're gonna be reviewing. But those are things that you could definitely put into your thought process when you look at burning, as to maybe you go based off of that DNR recommendation. That might be some, food to talk about. Hey, when it hits this, we're automatically gonna put one on. But that's gonna
I
be up
think
to you
that's
as a
how our
township.
ordinance was worded. Did you change things before you sent him the ordinance?
I sent
No.
him the ordinance.
I haven't read it yet.
No, what
I
ordinance?
sent him the ordinance that we have.
The 2023 one?
Yeah.
But, yeah, the only thing that I updated that in 2025 because Cambridge Fire Department was listed in there. So I just updated it, taking out the names of each fire department and put in any fire department serving town of Oakland.
Sure.
That's the only change I made on that 2023.
Okay.
So,
And maybe it's the 25 one that I got.
No, it was just 2023, because that's the file we had. But that was the only thing that, which you said changed.
right. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? All right.
Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, moving on to number 6, discussion and possible action on request by Paul Oliver to rezone B to R1, a 1.488 acre vacant lot at W9298 US 18. And there's the parcel number. And the property is owned by Josh Houston, not John, but that's what's on actually the application that you'll have to change. And Stephanie Kind. So why don't you come on up?
Here's the plan.
Yeah. So we have some plans, we just have the one copy of what they wanted to do.
Towards the back would be the property survey map. We have it. We've got it.
So this location, why don't you explain where it is and what you would like to do?
It's the old Giovanni's property on 18.
Oh.
We'd like to build a house
kind of where the parking lot is, saving the valley and all the trees up by 18, just leaving that as green space.
So that's not going to be open anymore? There,
Well, that bar burned down
I did not know that.
Yes, you did.
4 or 5
Yeah.
years ago.
It burned
Oh,
down
the Giovanni.
Giovanni's.
Yeah, the old,
Oh,
Judd's.
yeah.
Judge. I'm thinking of the wedding thing. Never mind. Sorry. I'm in the wrong area.
You're right at Hope Lake Road.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's great.
Yeah, so on this, at this location, the setback from 18 is only 140 feet. Last month, if you recall, we had properties on 12, and that has a 200-foot setback. They have they're different classes of highway. So it's only 140. So where they're putting the house would meet that
Oh,
that
by a long
setback.
shot
Yeah,
From 18.
right.
We're pretty much as far away from 18 as we can get.
And so the planning committee voted to approve the rezoning from business to R1. They do have sewer hookup there, and you went to the sanitary district already and talked to them about it.
Yeah. Yeah, they just said we need to repay or pay the hookup fee and re-access it because it was all capped off when they demolished the bar.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we approve the request to rezone a business to R1, a 1.48 acre vacant lot at W9298 US Highway 18, parcel 022-0613-0532-002.
Okay, Tom made a motion. Would anyone like to second it?
I'll second.
Okay, Jimmy seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. So what will happen now is that we will send our vote to the county, and you get to do it all over again at the county Planning and Zoning Committee.
Oh, goody. Now, do I call them or do they
They'll reach out to
reach
you.
out to me?
Yes, I will fill out a decision sheet, which I will turn into the county tomorrow, and then they will get you on their agenda. They have some publication deadlines and things that they have to make. So they will contact you when it's time to meet with them.
Okay.
And Susan, could you make a note that they changed the application to his correct name?
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay.
And if you want to take your plans, you certainly can. Please do that before I forget to give them to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for coming.
Good luck.
Okay, we'll move on to number 7, discussion and possible action on request by Bradley Donto for a conditional use to allow for keeping dogs as household pets on a non-commercial basis in excess of 2 premises in a R1 zone located at W9018 Lakeview Drive, parcel 022-0613-0813-086. Hi again.
Hi. We have 4 dogs, and when we tried to register them this year, we were made aware that the limit was 2. So we're submitting application for conditional use permit to have the 4. This would just be until our 2 older dogs pass away. They're 13. Scooter, he has a heart condition, and Coco, she's 14, has dementia. At most, I think it would be needed for 3 years, or a few years. Then once they've passed, we would just stick to the 2 limit.
Did you move in with them, or are you new to the area?
No, we moved in 2018.
Oh.
And we registered 3 dogs prior years and then 4 last year. I think this is the first time the county information has been sent
know we've done this in the past.
Yes,
too.
yeah, there is a,
I remember when we did it
yeah,
the last time.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
done it a few days ago.
And-
right. We put a previous one in 2023 in your packet to see that there is precedent for it. I live not that far from their home, and I do go by. I didn't even know they had dogs. It's a pretty remote area, and I did ask some other people with dogs, actually, who walk by there all the time, and they didn't even know they had any dogs. There's really never any barking, no disturbances, no complaints. And so for that reason, the planning committee approved the conditional use permit for the 4 dogs, and then after, the older dogs pass, they would just keep the 2 dogs, and then the conditional use permit would be just,
I'm fine with it.
yeah.
No
I'll
problem.
make a motion to approve the conditional use permit.
I'll second it.
Okay. You have a,
Sorry that you have to deal with that, though. That's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Well, and we, during COVID and everything, we were working from home and got a couple elderly rescues. And we didn't know, and we were just kind of like, oh crap. But we wanted to give some dogs a good
Yeah.
golden age.
God bless you for that.
Yeah,
really.
it's a sweet spot for me, so,
Yeah.
or a sore spot. for
Well, it's
people.
wonderful
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you care and that you do that, so.
and they have a really nice secluded lot with a fence,
It's
so.
fenced in.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think the three old, the fence and stuff is really nice back there, and with it being secluded and all of that, it's been really nice to have them and
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, so, we'll make.
We
so
have a
we'll make
motion
vote.
and a
We have a
second.
motion and a second, so all in favor of
Aye.
approval of the conditional use, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, you're all set. So Susan, too, for yours, we'll send that on to the county
To
and
the
they'll get
county.
back to you.
Okay.
Thanks for coming and asking.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, we
Thank you so
appreciate
that.
it. Okay. We'll move on to number 8, discussion and possible action regarding operator's license for Max Heath for the time period of March 18th, 2025 through June 30th, 2025. Susan?
His application for operator bartender is in your packet. He would be working at the Bait Shanty on Marina Lane. I did the background check, and there was no issues, so I would recommend approval of his operator's license.
He's
Then
not
I'll
here
make a
today.
motion to,
Pardon?
He's not here today.
He is not here. No. He might be working.
they usually don't come on operators.
No.
I'll make a motion to approve the operator's license for Max Heath.
Okay, Tom motion.
I'll second.
Okay, and Jimmy made a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay. Enbridge update. From last time, they had submitted their site plan, and they had, I think at that time as well, the surface water monitoring plan as well as the wells, the public wells, the private wells around the area. They've gone out to half a mile. The county and I really advocated to go further than the required quarter of a mile, so that was done. And now they've just submitted another plan for remediation to excavate and do some more pumping of any free product that they find. And so that should be up on the website now. The DNR did make some comments from their board of review. There weren't too many. It was, pretty straightforward. So that should be finalized soon. They are still coming on March 24th. That's next Monday. So the Enbridge and their third-party engineers, GEI consultants, will be here. They will present what their plans are, and then we'll have the question and answer session for all of the residents to be able to ask their questions and get answers either by Enbridge or the DNR, whichever seems appropriate, or maybe both. And then we'll just,
What time
Go
is
from
that again?
it's going to be at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
They asked for
It's
6.
on the
So
agenda.
it'll be pretty much the same as last time. They'll bring their
Oh,
slideshow.
I see. Okay.
And that's all I have for now. So, but any questions you have, you'll, come and ask them. And we have something on the website for that as well. Any questions about that? Okay. We can move on then to number 10, approval of disbursements.
I'll make a motion that we approve disbursements, beginning with electronic funds transfer and ending with check number 1173 and the grand total amount of $305,879.36.
I'll second.
Okay, Tom motion. Jimmy made a second. Any additional comments? Hearing none, all in favor of approval of disbursement, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. And so we have the announcements, which we have already said, the Enbridge public meeting on March 24th at 6 o'clock. And then any other ones you have?
The spring election is in 2 weeks, on Tuesday, April 1st. In-person absentee voting started today and will continue through the Friday, the 28th.
And
So
what are the hours?
the hours are during regular business hours.
All right. thank
So anytime the town hall is open, you can come in and vote. We had a brisk, steady day of voting today,
you.
so.
Okay,
Good.
good, that's great.
We can vote anytime. I can come in Thursday and
The disbursements, if you notice, we did pay Payne and Dolan, and that would be the final payment for the Park Road project. I think I have everything to submit the request for reimbursement to the Department of Transportation. So then we'll be able to finish that project hopefully within the month.
Oh, good.
Yeah, thanks for working on that. Nice to get that done.
Thank you, Susan. Any additional announcements?
Not that I can think of right now, no.
Okay, we'll move on to number 12, correspondence.
The only thing was that I included the last plan committee minutes from March 4th in case you needed to refer to them. But you dealt with the approvals for both items. So that was the only thing I had for correspondence.
Okay.
I had you copy off the foundation letter. The Cambridge Foundation sent a letter about what they're proposing to do for the public safety, EMS, and fire.
Do you want to,
So-
they'll pay for a consultant to work
Correct.
with everyone. And
Plus,
come up
they've also,
with paper
they are
work.
donating money to repair the roof on the fire department.
Okay.
So
All
I think
right.
it's good that our residents know that that's being done as well.
Okay. No, thank you.
Thank you for adding
Yeah.
the future agenda items. I've got it.
I got it too.
Okay, so we'll move on to future agenda items. As we talked about with the chief, we will have their review and comments. And so we will put the burn ordinance on an upcoming agenda. As long as they can get that done this month, we'll have it in April. We talked about having a short-term rental So we will have that on an agenda once there's a draft ordinance. And anything else that we want to add to that?
So I can get you a draft ordinance of the short-term rental. Can we get that on the April agenda then to start an initial
Yeah, initial.
speak on it?
If you get it to us, not at the, right at the end, but if you can get to us like at least a week in advance of
Oh,
sending
yes.
out the,
I'll get it to you before the end of the month,
okay,
just in case. I'm
Okay.
not voted in.
okay. All right, we can do that. Okay. All right, so,
So
we'll
are
move-
you putting anything in about the EMS and fire department? Fire,
we will have to consult with Michael again to see if we should do that next month or wait until after the audit.
how long does he figure the audit's going to take?
According to the auditor, their role is only a couple of weeks, as long as the commission could give them all of their information in a timely manner. So it's based on the commission.
So a couple weeks it would be done by April 15th then?
Perhaps if they have all the information, but I don't know if that's the
So-
case or not.
Can we put it on the agenda for April 15th to discuss our next step on
we-
the EMS fire?
I don't know if it could be on the April 15th. If it's possible, we will do it, but it might not be possible by that time. So, if it's possible, we will, but otherwise, we'll have to wait.
We can always delay. I mean, it can be on the agenda so we can talk about it if it is
Oh,
done.
that's a good point, yeah.
Well, we will consult with Michael and see if that makes the most sense to do. He had a lot of concerns, so I think we'll have to.
Yeah, he sent out a letter
Yeah.
about that.
So I think
Right.
we need to kind of talk to him some more and see if
Okay.
April 15th is the most appropriate route to go with that and get some more guidance from him on it.
We should also know that we will be invited by the other 4 municipalities to, I believe, come to their next meeting. And they want to talk to us and find out if we, have any questions, or we would entertain potentially going back and under what conditions, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
So we should probably, if we're able, attend to see, what's going on.
How do other people feel about that? Jimmy?
About attending a meeting?
Yeah.
I think anybody can attend any meeting they want to. It's an open
Okay.
meeting, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right, if anyone wants to attend that, hopefully whenever that is, the audit will be done and that we would have more information on making productive conversation and more informed decisions on how we want to proceed. We had agreed to wait till an audit was done before we kind of moved forward with them.
I don't recall agreeing to that, but okay.
Okay. Well, as long as you're agreeable to put it on the agenda.
Okay.
Another,
When the audit is complete and
yeah, we'll put that on the
We'll-
agenda.
yeah.
But as far as their meeting, we wouldn't put it on our agenda.
Oh, no. I'm
Oh,
talking
that's what I
about,
thought you
so
meant.
we can have, the only time that we can speak about things together is at
Oh, yeah,
something that's on our agenda.
yes.
So it makes sense to me, because we're talking about having to have a decision by July on what we are going to do. And that will be April, so May, June. July is going to be here.
We will, I will ask Michael to come for a closed session meeting, so we
Okay.
can talk about it
That's a good idea.
Thank you.
now.
And I also want to remind everybody that our next meeting on April 15th is also our annual meeting. So our annual meeting will be before the regular board meeting.
Will that be at 6 o'clock or?
We'll meet at 6:30, and then the board meeting will be immediately following.
All right, I didn't know if it would be a little earlier, just since there were the two. Okay. All right. So that it will be our next meeting. I'm sorry for my voice today. So I'll make a motion. I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
So move.
Second. Okay, we're adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we need to